Hello. We're live now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Alright, so we are at a campground. I already forgot the name of it. John Redmond Reservoir near Burlington, Kansas. Camping here tonight, but it's not too far from Emporia. Everything else is booked up, so we're here. I wanted to get on here, and first off, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for all the support today. It was absolutely amazing to see. I get notifications on my computer, so every message that was coming in, though I wasn't able to necessarily respond, I could see them, and that gives me a lot of motivation to keep going. And then special thank you, obviously, to my beautiful wife over there. Thank you for supporting me in this craziness. Jacob as well. Thank you for coming out here and supporting me.
We got on time.
That was the next thing I was going to say. For the first time in your guys' life, we were actually early, let alone on time. And then also a really special thank you. I didn't know this until I got back to the RV, but Byron McDonald and his son Maverick and daughter Trinity came out today to cheer us on in Emporia, so it was great to see that. All right, so on to the race. The race was absolutely amazing and brutal and painful, and I loved every second of it until I snapped my chain. But the first 20 miles or so were really fast. Everybody was bunched up, going for, I guess, about the first 15 miles. And then we hit the first real hills of the race, and the whole group started to spread apart at that point. Then we climbed the hills to the towers. I took a quick video at the towers because it's absolutely gorgeous, and I was watching Lindsay's montage, and the video I did does not do justice to how beautiful it was or how far you could actually see when you were up there. It felt like I could see all the way to Nebraska. Then from there, continued on, started to have some issues. I hadn't eaten enough in the first 20 miles. And my legs were starting to hurt really bad. So I felt like I needed to eat a lot more. So I started eating what felt like every 2 minutes. I don't think it was. I was eating a lot at that point.
Let me switch this around. Somebody said sound was bad. I think it's on their side, but if not, there we go.
Sound was probably bad. Apologize for the sound. Hey, we adventuring those.
I think I know what the sound is. It's because of the waterfall behind us.
Oh, okay.
The dam. So
I got to mile marker 20. Was feeling okay. I'd gone out pretty hard, but wasn't feeling too bad. We crossed over I-35. As soon as we crossed over, there was somebody on the side of the road with a flat tire. I asked if he needed help. He said he needed a pair of pliers. I happened to have a pair of pliers, so I stopped, helped him get that part loose that he needed so that he could repair his tire and continue on with his race. And then continued climbing up, and we got to mile 28. That's when I saw via text that Lindsay had not been getting the live updates. So since the live updates weren't coming through, I sent a quick message. It's probably the shortest message in history. I just said, mile 28, bring Advil. It was a group message for Lindsay and Cody. I didn't say it earlier, but the thanks I have for Cody, and his father was with him, and then he brought his 2 sons as well, for coming out to help me as well and come crew me. Just incredible. You guys will see Cody in one of these videos here soon. I'm gonna make sure of it. But then from mile 28, like I said, I'd been eating a lot, and then I worked my way to mile 41 was our first watering stop. So it was really cool. It was on top of another hill, and then they had music and water there. That was really about it that was there, but I grabbed some more food, filled up my water bottles, filled up my Camelback that I had on my back, and then started to go downhill for a couple of miles finally. And then by then, my legs were starting to feel better finally after all the food I'd eaten, and I was actually starting to make some really good time. I was actually getting up to about 20 miles an hour, between 20 and 22 miles an hour on the flats, and just cruising. My legs felt absolutely great. So from 45 to 58 was feeling good. There was some climbing there. Last time I had looked at my bike computer, I was about 3/4 of the way done with all the climbing, and I was at 58 miles. And then I was going really strong, going up a hill. I was off on the right side, and I was going pretty quick. Wanted to keep my speed up and just pedal through the hill. And I just pushed down with my right foot and just heard a snap. Almost lost my balance. Had to hit the brakes before I crashed into a ditch. And then one of the riders behind me just said, "Dude, your chain just snapped." So that's when I was like, oh no. So I coasted to the top of that hill. It wasn't very big. And then pulled off to the side, started looking at my chain. And it snapped right in the middle of one of the links. I didn't have a tool. At this point, I sent the picture that you guys saw with my snap chain against my glove to Lindsay and Cody. And I thought I was link, but I didn't have the link tool. And he's like, "Oh, I got a link tool." So he was stopping. We were trying to use it. That's when the heavens opened, and we just got an absolute torrential downpour at that time. So we're trying to use. I hadn't used it before. We weren't able to get the chain repaired, and then so I called Cody and him and his dad. I was pretty upset at the time. I was about 4 miles away from the aid station where I was going to be able to meet up with Cody and his family, and then at that point the course turned north and we would have gotten onto the pavement. So I finally would have got off gravel. It would have been a lot faster, and the wind was coming out of the south, so I would have had the wind at my back for the last 35 miles back into Emporia. It wasn't to be. Learned a lesson. I was pretty frustrated earlier. Now I'm just absolutely hell-bent on I will be back next year and finish this race. But this is much better than the last race. Last race, my legs gave out. I didn't eat and drink enough. And then this time, my legs felt great. I was not worried at all that my legs weren't going to last 100 miles. I had a mechanical problem. It happens. So with that, the race was amazing still. I think we had to ride through like 12 different creek crossings. At about the 10-mile point was the first one. And when I went through that creek, my shoes were just soaked, and they were soaked the rest of the day. Covered in mud and dirt and grime from the road. We're getting some light. But it was an absolutely incredible experience. The town of Emporia is amazing. Then once Cody picked me up, we went to Jay's Burgers, got a nice double cheeseburger, and then we headed back to Emporia. A little frustrated when I first got there because I saw people that were passing me after my chain had broke, finishing the race. So just knowing that I would have been back in Emporia already anyways was a little frustrating, but then it turned to motivation as the day went on. At first, just rough. I was physically ready. Just to have something break, it hurt. I went straight into Jacob can tell you, I went straight into Gravel City, the bike shop right there, right by the finish line. And then we watched we watched the 200-mile finishers come through, all the pros, and I was laughing because I told Jacob they'd be coming fast, and they said they were a mile out, so Jacob thought he had time, and he pretty much blinked, and
they were gone.
Flew right past him. They had to be doing 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, I got third place.
They had to be
I
doing
swear.
At least 40 miles an hour.
I'm gonna say 40.
But they were flying. But the town of Emporia, Unbound Gravel, the whole event was amazing to be a part of. I can't wait I got to join the lottery again next year and try to come back. But I've got my goals now.
Were the tags that were on the bikes correct with the amount of people? Like, I seen 3,000.
No.
No? Okay.
Well, probably. There were 1,800 people that did the 100-mile event. And I think there were about 2,000 people that did and there's even a 350-mile event, which actually started yesterday at like 3 in the afternoon, and they finished this afternoon today.
Go ahead.
Absolutely insane. But now we're shifting focus. I got my riding part done, and we're gonna do some searching and diving.
Go ahead.
So I took vacation for the next week. That way I could join Lindsay and Jacob here in Lloyd McGarvey. And we're gonna do some searching throughout some of these Midwest states in Kansas and Iowa. What's that?
A vehicle versus bike in tonight, actually.
Oh my gosh. So I'm just reading this. Lindsay just showed it. A Colorado cyclist in Emporia's Unbound Gravel died after a fatal crash on Friday evening.
So that was just recent, just a little bit ago.
That was yesterday.
Oh, was it Friday? Okay.
So a Colorado man died following a fatal vehicle versus bicycle collision northwest of Emporia last night. My heart goes out for the cyclist, his family, and even the driver. Like I said, I just saw this. That is a potential risk with a race like Unbound because they don't close the roads. So you do have to be aware of the drivers, but at the same time, I can't even begin to explain how sorry I am for that cyclist, for their family, and for the driver and their family. That is just heartbreaking to hear.
When's your next race?
My next race, as of right now, is October 22nd. That'll be in Bentonville, Arkansas. It actually starts at Walmart headquarters, and that's another 100-mile event. It's actually put on by the same company that puts on Unbound Gravel. So it's another huge event. There will be everybody who's everybody will be there from the cycling community. Today was really cool. I don't even know how to describe it again.
I'm gonna say something real quick. You mind?
Go ahead.
So, sorry guys, I'm like way over here. This is my first big race that I've ever been to. Like, I was with him the last race, but this was unreal. When I got there, I was thinking, we'll find a parking spot. There was hardly any parking spots.
There's no camping spots.
There's no camping spots. Out of 20 miles, we're 20 miles away from Emporia. So with saying that, I'm like, there can't be that many bicyclists out here. It was wall to wall. I could have walked on top of heads all the way across the street. And that was a huge, like the square, huge road, like what, 4 car lengths wide, I'd say.
It was a 4-lane road with a center divider, or not divider.
They just slowly started going whenever they started. It was no get up and go. They slowly started so they didn't run over each other.
I was kind of waiting for like the domino effect.
I just wanted to push. I kind of wanted to push one and then let them all fall over and watch it.
Actually,
I was terrified of it. Like, oh my God, they're all going down.
I didn't really talk about that. The first, we were probably like 7 or 8 miles in. We came to the first creek crossing, and we were still all bunched up. because there was no hills. It was all flat. Everybody was bunched up. And someone up in the front of the group had slowed way down because of the creek crossing. And like the domino effect, 300, 400, 500 people back, people are slamming on their brakes to avoid running into the person in front of them. Everybody's yelling out, slow, slow, slow. So everybody's working together. That was one of the things I learned today. The riders look out for each other way more than I realized. So when the riders are going by, they see a pothole, they'll point down to the pothole so that the riders behind them know there's a pothole there. There were bike bottles, the drink bottles, all over the place because people had dropped them. And every time there's one on the ground, the riders are pointing out the bottles so people don't run over them. When there was big rocks in the road, and there were some big rocks, they're pointing down so that way the people behind them know. So it was incredible to see that, yes, it's a race and everybody wants to do their best, but everybody was looking out for each other. People, like 5 or 6 different people, when I snapped my chain, stopped and asked if are you okay? Do you need help? Is there anything we can do? And seeing people on the side of the road with flat tires. This race is notorious for, it's the Flint Hills of not Michigan, the Flint Hills of Kansas, which is all flint rock, which is what the Native Americans used to make arrowheads. So it's all sharp rock. It's notorious for cutting tires. I had to see 20 people on the side of the road with flat tires today at least. And but everybody looking out and trying to at least point and say, hey, look, stay away from that one. It was pretty incredible.
And also with the rain came mud, sand. When I thought it was kind of funny because all the bike riders had a stripe all the way up their back, all the way up their helmet, in front of their face, in their eyes. The eyes kind of sucked, but like they were.
It's funny because they would take their sunglasses off. And like when they took their sunglasses off, it was like raccoon eyes. That was the best part for me.
So it was pretty crazy. Like you guys didn't get to see me covered in mud as much because I had to stop right as the rain downpour. I was pretty brown. Then the rain washed most of it off.
Garrett said chivalry isn't dead. Your son said that.
But again, I wanted to just say thank you to everybody. The messages, the words of encouragement, the ones, Dave Mack, you always have something to say that just encouraging me to keep going.
Well, he always has something to say. Maybe not be encouraging, but he always has something to say.
No,
Just to you.
That's just to you. Dave is always encouraging to me. I love when I see Dave's messages, and many more as well. Dave always comments. Me and Dave comment back and forth quite a bit, so it's the one that always jumps out right away. And I was shocked when I saw Byron here. I didn't expect anybody to show up. It was just a great day. Didn't accomplish the goal. Still, 59 miles is the longest ride that I've ever done. So I got to take the positive from the ride, and I cannot wait to get back at it and come back even stronger and kick butt next time.
H. Martin said it was good to see you on AWP's video.
I was on AWP's video?
Yep, the last one.
Oh, I'll have to go watch that. I haven't even watched it.
There was the one that we were in Little Rock, and we were diving on all the vehicles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Okay, Diver's in here too. He was there.
Yep. No, he wasn't. He was in
Little Rock.
Yep.
Oh, when we dove on the 6 vehicles right there,
yep,
right off that boat dock.
Yep.
Okay, I got it. I know what I'm talking about now. So, with that, I'm going to shift gears and talk about what we're going to be doing. So, for the next week, like I said, I took vacation, so we're going to be working 2 cases here in Kansas. And then there's another one in Iowa that we're going to go work on. And then at that point, I've got to go back to work. And Lindsay and Jacob are going to continue with another case in Illinois. And then they're going to be coming back to Camdenton again at some point. And that's near where I work. So I'm going to try to see, depending on what my work schedule is for the day or days they're there, try to get down to Lake of the Ozarks. It's about 45 minutes to an hour from where I'm at in Missouri, and see if I can't at least assist you there as well.
We'll probably need you. We're going to find vehicles in that spot. There's a lot of different spots that we're going to try, and we're also going to go back to that dam. So
yeah, and like I'm not an overly emotional person, but at the same time, like these families that we interact with, and like for Donnie Irwin, the families that we've met and interacted with, I want to go back and I want to help them. That's what I want to find answers for. And then the case in Iowa, I know you've talked a lot with the family, and you have that same feeling. You want to be there for them.
Yeah, it's definitely for the families, for sure. Well, Byron's on here. Oh, hi, Byron.
He's been on here for a while.
Yeah,
I know.
It's almost like he knew we were going to do this.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He probably knew about 15 minutes before we put it out. I guess with that, I don't really have anything else I want to put out. I'll open it up if anybody has any questions.
From there, Lindsay's going to talk.
Why?
And you're going to tell her to talk about the case, or we're going to work?
That's awkward. So we've got 2 cases here in Kansas. There's one case that we're looking at, kind of swapping around. We may be going towards Kansas City, Missouri, and putting another case on hold for the time being. And then we are going back over to, or not back to, we're going to Atchison, Kansas, and then from there, Avery, Iowa, where we're going to work with Harry Milligan's family and hopefully bring him some answers. And then from there, Eric has to leave, like he said. And then Jacob and I are headed over to East Moline, speaking with the family tomorrow, so hoping to get some more information about that. And then from there, we are headed back down to Camdenton to see if we can help Donnie's family. So we will be back. We've got about two weeks or so of travel and cases and stuff like that. We've allotted, I think, 2 to 3 days for almost every case, just because there's a lot of the areas that we're searching either have a ton of like tiny little ponds and that kind of thing, or they're putting us in really big rivers. A lot of rain lately, so a lot of flooding, that kind of thing. So with that being said, we really have to allow ourselves extra time to search, safety purposes, things like that. And then, I trust Jacob as far as, him making the decision if it's safe to be in the water, to sonar the water, and obviously to dive the water. So, but we're excited to have Eric on the road this week with us. Hopefully he survives the chaos. Hi, Britt.
Hi, Britt. I got Britt in here.
Have any questions? Put QQQ in the thing, and ask away. Ask somebody anything on the latest hit a button. No, you can't. I'm just gonna have to ask you the questions.
Okay.
For some reason, the things aren't showing up.
Okay.
Hey, Art Highland's in here. Art Highland has always been a huge supporter of everyone.
Hi, Art. I see Art all the time. He always says hello.
All right. Other than that, how are your legs feeling, Garrett Busick?
They feel good. I could go ride 41 more miles.
You should have. You should have kicked the 41 miles, eh? That'd be horrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah. They're feeling pretty good, G. I used my massage gun earlier that you guys got me for Father's Day. And then I did a little quick walk around here just to stretch out my legs a little bit. But legs are feeling much better than anticipated.
All right. Don't have any questions so far, other than the one that Garrett asked. How's it going, Garrett? Okay, well, that's not a question.
Any other questions?
It is a question. Will you bring an extra chain next time?
Probably not an extra chain. I already watched a YouTube video, go figure, on how to fix what I didn't know how to fix earlier. I don't really need an extra chain. I actually had chain links with me. I just didn't have the right tool to be able to do it, and I went and purchased that tool today. I'm gonna buy a new chain for my bike this week, and then me and Cody were already talking about it. I'm gonna practice being able to fix the chain with using my old one until I can do it efficiently and quickly.
Are you ready to dive again?
Right.
Ride again? Are you ready to ride again tomorrow?
Yeah, I probably will. I won't do 100 miles, but I'll probably do 10, 15, 20 miles, something like that.
In the area we were at, I bet you can. I mean, there's a long stretch out here, so.
Yeah.
And it'd be pretty. You can go across the dam and all that. So.
Yeah, based on the way my legs are feeling tonight, I think it won't be a hard ride. I won't be going fast, but I do have my old bike with me as well, so I'll probably just get on that and do somewhere between 10 and 20 miles.
Are you diving on all the vehicles Dips of History asks?
Well, depths of history, it's Jacob, so obviously the answer is yes. I just got kicked.
Hey, it's practice, okay?
No, I love it. I love diving. I come out here, I want to dive. If there's ever a situation that it's beyond my experience level, me and Jacob are very honest with each other when he thinks it's beyond my experience level, and if I think it's beyond my experience level, we'll talk about it, and we'll make sure either why it's safe for me to dive it or why I shouldn't dive it, and have Jacob do the diving. So we'll make sure that the appropriate level of safety is maintained and that the appropriate experience is doing the job.
You know, it's not only that, it's that, you know, if me, as many dives as I have in, send you down and something happens to you, then I'm gonna have to live with that the rest of my life. So, you know,
He doesn't want to be stuck with me.
I don't want to be stuck with her. So,
I got 50 dives in now, 51 dives in now.
okay, diver said, that is awesome, stay at it. Terry Flores said you can swim faster than the boat after your exercise.
Actually, okay, diver, I think there's a race I want to try to do out in Oklahoma next year. I think it's called Mid-South.
Well, you definitely can tell that he's from Oklahoma. Do y'all plan on coming to Oklahoma? No, this one's y'all. This is, I spell it different. Yeah, I guess he pronounces it different. Y'all plan on coming to Oklahoma anytime this year?
I don't know if we have any cases right now in Oklahoma. Oklahoma, like Tulsa, where I'm at in Missouri, Tulsa's not that far. It's like 4.5 hours. But right now, I don't know that we have any cases in Oklahoma. If you get some or you find anything and you want, reach out to Lindsay or me, and we can figure something out. Or Jacob. I guess Jacob too. No, I was just saying that because the OK Diver, I talked to him.
Lindsay always schedules the trips. So definitely, if you guys have any information, get a hold of us on Chaos Divers, and you'll talk directly to Lindsay. It's chaosdivers.com. Talk to her, and then set something up. I don't know of any there in Oklahoma. Do you?
We don't have any. I mean, yes, there are some in Oklahoma, but that's not something that we've ever gone that far.
Gotcha.
Unless it was with, the big.
Yeah, it's a lot further for you guys. That's like 8 hours.
Britt said you should bike to Georgia to dive with me.
That's 600 miles. I'll come. Hey, I just got asked if I wanted to go work in Augusta, Georgia again this week. So I could come. I could go to Augusta, Georgia, and we could go do Augusta and Atlanta. It's not that far. I don't know that I'm going to switch jobs. Cody would kill me. But
you should bike Georgia to.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, sorry.
There's a race. There's a road race in Georgia, a tour of North Georgia that would be cool to do.
He said with all your scuba gear on.
With all my scuba gear, dude, it's already hard enough to go up hills. You want me to add like 60 pounds?
Wild biking.
And there's a lot of hills between where you live and where I live. The whole like Smoky Mountain thing.
3 a.m. Forge. I hope you're well.
Doing good. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while.
All right. Well,
I think that's about it. It's starting to get really dark.
We're gonna start a campfire and make s'mores for the kids.
Yeah,
Oh, and
s'mores.
me.
Well,
Well, I guess I'm classified as the kid, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So we're
I
gonna.
noticed all the extra chocolate bars in there.
What?
I said I noticed
Oh,
all
I
the
got
extra
my-
chocolate bars.
Yeah, you
My
did.
Unbound Gravel T-shirt on today.
Hold on, let me see if it's on there. Wow. I'm way behind on mine. Is it on there, Lindsay? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. I see it now. All right.
All right, if that's it for the questions, I guess that's all I really had. I just want, again, thank you so much for all the.
Rick,
the
why don't you know where you're at?
We are near Burlington, Kansas. At Byron, where are we at? John Redmond Reservoir, and you can hear the reservoir just rolling back there. Lindsay mentioned flooding earlier. Byron talked to the park rangers, and the reservoir is 19 feet higher than normal right now. All the boat docks are underwater, so there's no boat launches, so we can't even go search the reservoir tomorrow if we wanted to.
How did y'all meet? How did me?
So Lindsay was working with a land-based search team, and they were doing searches in southern Illinois. And did you call in Jacob because you needed water, or was it the case where the search
Somebody
team
knew Jacob that knew the missing person.
Okay, somebody from the search team knew Jacob that knew the missing person, and Jacob knew the missing person, so they called in Jacob for to help with that search, and then from there it's just become a friendship, and the rest
They want to
is
get
history.
rid of me. They want to drown me.
No, not in the slightest, Jacob.
My arm's killing me, so.
All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. Again, thank you, everybody. Thank you for the well wishes. And with that, I will just say today's the perfect example of what embrace the chaos means. You don't really know what's going to happen. You just kind of have to roll with the punches and deal with it the best you can. That's all I got.
The answer to Terry's question. The answer to Terry's question. Clint Boyer was raised in Emporia.
Clint
Oh.
Boyer was raised in Emporia? That's why Emporia sounded familiar. All right, so embrace the chaos, everybody. Keep pushing. Keep doing something. Just whatever it is, one little thing to get better every day.
Keep diving, guys. It's not where to stop.
I said it. Love you. Bye. Okay.
Have a good one, everybody.